All right, today we're going to open up the writer's toolbox. We're talking about those small but incredibly mighty tools that give our sentences clarity and precision. Yep, we are talking about punctuation. So why do these tiny marks hold so much power? I mean, it's a good question, right? How can a simple dot or little curve completely flip the meaning of our words? Well, they might look small, but they have the power to change tone, create rhythm, and just make sure people actually understand what we're trying to say.
This example just says it all, doesn't it? On the left, we've got a suggestion that's pretty alarming. But on the right, you add one little comma, and suddenly it's a friendly invitation to dinner. One tiny mark literally saves Grandma's life. That's the power we're talking about.
Okay, let's dive into this toolkit, and we'll start with the most fundamental tools. Think of these as the traffic signals of our writing. They tell the reader exactly when to stop and when to just take a quick pause.
First up, the period. This is your big red stop sign. It signals the absolute end of a complete thought. It creates a clean, clear separation between one idea and the next. Honestly, mastering the period is the foundation of all clear writing.
So in an example like this, she loves reading. That period just gives it a sense of finality. The thought is complete, the statement is made, it's simple, it's clean, and it's effective.
Next up is the comma. Now, the comma is probably the most versatile tool in the kit, and let's be honest, sometimes the trickiest. Its main job is to act as a separator. It keeps information inside a sentence from becoming a jumbled mess. This is the comma's most common job, separating items in a list. I mean, without those commas, apples, oranges, and bananas just blurs into one long, weird fruit. The commas make them distinct items, bringing order and clarity. And that last comma before the and, that's the famous Oxford comma. People love to argue about it, but its goal is always to prevent confusion.
Our last basic tool is the question mark. This one is super specialized. Its only purpose is to signal that you're asking something. It instantly changes a statement into a question, so there's no room for doubt.
And just like that, the mark at the end totally transforms the tone. Where are you going isn't a statement. It's an active request for a response. A very straightforward and very essential tool.
Okay, so let's build on that foundation. We've got our basic stops and pauses down. Now let's look at some of the more sophisticated tools. The connectors. These are the marks that let us build bridges between our ideas, showing how they relate to each other.
First up is the colon. You can think of the colon as a signpost that says, "Get ready, here comes the important part." It builds a little anticipation and then introduces what's next, whether that's a list, a quote, or a deeper explanation.
See how the colon here perfectly sets up the list? The first part of the sentence, "she brought 3 things," creates an expectation, and the colon delivers on that promise, neatly presenting all the items.
Now, for the semicolon. I know, a lot of people find this one intimidating, but don't be. It's just the tool for creating a close connection. You use it to join 2 complete sentences that are just too related to be split by a period. This example shows it perfectly. I wanted to go out is a complete sentence. It was raining too hard is also a complete sentence. The semicolon links them, showing that the rain is the direct reason for not going out. It's just a more elegant connection than starting a whole new sentence.
All right, for our final set of tools, let's look at the insiders. These are the marks that let you skillfully tuck extra information, asides, or direct speech right into the middle of your sentences without breaking the flow.
The dash is a really powerful one. Specifically, the M dash, the long one. It creates a kind of dramatic pause or an interruption. You can use it to add emphasis to a point or to jump in with a sudden clarifying thought. It's got a lot of style.
You can really feel the change in thought here, can't you? I'll call you as the plan, but the dash lets the writer throw in that sudden, informal addition, maybe tomorrow. It adds a very conversational tone.
And here we have parentheses. These are for including extra details that are helpful, but not totally essential to the sentence's main point. Notice how you can just lift that part in the parentheses right out, and the main sentence, "My brother is visiting," still makes perfect sense.
Our next tool is all about capturing a person's voice. Quotation marks are the only way to show your reader that you're reporting someone's exact words. They put a frame around the direct speech, separating it from the rest of the sentence. This example shows it perfectly. Everything inside those quotation marks is exactly what he said. It's a super precise tool for writing dialogue or quoting a source accurately.
So after looking at all these individual tools, let's kind of put the whole toolkit back together. Because mastering these marks isn't about memorizing a bunch of rules. It's about learning how to build clarity into everything you write.
This really is the best way to think about it. Without punctuation, reading would be like driving through a city with no stop signs, no traffic lights, and no lane markers. Just total chaos. These marks guide your reader, making sure they can navigate your ideas and arrive at the meaning you intended.
And that's our toolkit, broken down into 3 main categories. We've got the basics, your periods and commas to control the flow. We have the connectors, colons and semicolons to build those logical bridges. And we have the insiders, dashes and parentheses to add all those extra layers of detail.
So the main takeaway is this. Each of these marks has a specific job. They're all designed to make your writing clearer, more precise, and way more powerful. So the only question left is, which one of these precision tools will you focus on mastering first?